And the madness continues. Get ready. Get ready, because this is going to escalate, not from the new world aspect of things. We are actually going to become more influential and more powerful and choosing higher frequencies. But what's going to happen is those in lower densities will accelerate their efforts to hang on to what they want, taking actions, and also in what they're speaking. We're going to talk about that today because if you don't know, our former President Trump had a second potential attempt. There wasn't a shot fired, but he was in danger. And we have to talk about this because this is when you're going to get tested about where you are with everything. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to that new world that we're creating. This is at the foundation of everything. I'm going to talk about no tolerance. I'm going to talk about taking action, as I did in my last video. I told you get your house in order, and there's a reason why. You ready for this? You're going to love this. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fear and live an amazing life. Why do people take action doing negative things? They're in fear. The ego isn't getting what it wants. It believes that there will be consequences out there from others, and so it takes actions to try and control the actions of others. It's all ego-driven. All ego-driven. You may say, no, it's not. We have, and I said, no, you're still wanting the world to be the way you think it should be, because there are people that feel exactly the same way you do about a different opinion, a different way, a different vote. It's all still ego, but you think that what you want is how things should be. That's still ego. Are you in that spot? It's time to take a look at it, because that's the test. It's not who goes in office or who does what. It's 100% testing you on your reaction to everything. The subject is irrelevant. So I hope that you'll subscribe, because I'm going to continue to dig deeper and deeper into this subject matter. It's very important right now. It's critical. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about no tolerance. No tolerance. And I've talked about this in the past before. What does that mean? So there was a supposed attempt to produce harm to former President Trump while he was on his golf course here in West Palm Beach, Florida. The person was intercepted. Now, I want you to remember something. When things get heated, there will be people all over the planet in density who will take extreme actions. That was one person, and then the first attempt was one person. When emotions get fueled and it riles you up, ego, that's ego getting fueled. When somebody says something, oh, you're going to get fueled, that's the test of the ego. Now, I want you to remember this. So if we had two candidates just talking about their stuff, they weren't saying any controversial things, or, they were just saying, here's my opinion and here's my opinion or whatever, we would just go in with a vote. When somebody uses words and phrases and shares beliefs that are going to trigger your ego, you're going to get tested. So obviously, former President Trump has a very interesting personality. He has the ability to rile people up. He has the ability to get people to do things that are not so pleasant as we saw in our Capitol. And he was definitely directly involved in that whole situation. Whether you think it's his fault or not, that's irrelevant too. What I want you to remember is when we incite anything that's of a negative nature, because we want to take sides and get our side, we are in equal density. This is the test, my friend. This is what I'm going to start talking more and more about. We're going into the golden era. The golden era is a choice. The new world is a choice, and it's all going on at the same time. All right? There's no such thing as actual time. Every event, emotion, belief, every probability is all happening. It all exists at one time. You as the individual get to focus on whatever it is you choose. So if you tune in to rock and roll, you'll listen to rock and roll and you'll think that's all there is. Well, I may be listening to classical and say, what are you talking about? It's classical. And that's how the world will be for each one of us. We're dialing into it. And therefore, I am on that frequency of rock and roll or classical or any unlimited number of realities. It is not just, oh, things just shifted. No, they're always shifting. So every single thought that you have shifts. Is it of a violent nature? Is it of a negative nature? Is it of separation? And by the way, it doesn't stop you from having an opinion and using your free will to make your own personal choice. Where's that coming from? Is it something you're arguing with somebody else? Is somebody telling you that you need to do this, or can you respect the other person's choice without going into negativity? We are getting tested with our total reaction, my reaction. Now here's the no tolerance part. I will not tolerate bad behavior. We have some controls. It doesn't mean that I'm going to punish you. It means that I will no longer engage in your negativity. That's happening on my channel. I know some of you have said that your comments have disappeared. Yeah? Well, YouTube's picking up on certain things that they don't want going out there because we absolutely affect other people with our words. And I've seen some of you arguing about the elections, and they're doing this and they're doing this. And you think, well, I'm right, so I'm doing a good thing. And no, you're not. You're not. Your voice is heard in the voting booth. It doesn't need to be out here. It doesn't need to be with any kind of conflict. And if you go into that, no matter what you think is right or wrong, you are in an equal low frequency ego. You are in the basement. Yeah, with the rats and the mold, and it's dark there and you can't see anything else. And by the way, they turn on each other. People on that level turn on each other. Have you ever noticed that? You know, they'll go congregate and they're okay. What happens when we've seen people go into these, barriers, fortifying themselves out? They end up all, expired. They expire. Yeah, they either take themselves out or some leader takes them out, because an ego-driven force that separates anybody is on a low frequency. It will never take action in your favor unless it is getting something from that. All right? Power, control. All right? So it will absolutely be your best friend until you do something it doesn't like, and then it's going to turn and manipulate again. I want you to remember that. Are you doing that? Ask yourself. We only want to create a community of peace and abundance and health, right? No, is that not what you want? Or do you want to take sides and you think somebody else, because they have a different opinion to you, somehow doesn't deserve all these things? That is not the new earth. That is not the golden era. You get to choose it. You get to choose it. You're going to be tested like you wouldn't believe. Because we're going to go through it in the next few months here in the United States especially, and it's going to keep going after that. It's going to keep going. Not in a negative way. It's going to test you. Your reaction will determine what direction you go in, not me. Not me. I don't need to argue with anybody about anything. I get my choice, and you can talk to the hand all you want. Yeah? You don't have to shut your pie hole. Just gab on. All I hear is wah, wah, wah. Why? Because I don't know why you feel you need to do that. Oh, yes, I do. You're in ego and density. And so I don't want to associate with that. So it's called no tolerance. I don't want to control what you do. You need to go through it. You're choosing that, and you have a right to choose that. I am saying I have a right to not listen to you. I have a right to step away from your negativity. I don't need to hang around in the basement. I don't want to be in the basement. I'm going to go up to the penthouse. I have a right to do that. And if you think it's wrong or that I should be doing something or saying something, that's fine. Talk to your colleagues down there. I have the right to want peace. I have the right to say that peace is the right reaction for me. For me. Now remember, I did a video. I believe for me. This the blah 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 for me, or I believe. Claim it. Claim it for you, not for the other person or for the world, or tell them what they should do. This is separation. This is the number one thing that's taking us into a negative space as a collective. And the more of you that step back and go, whoa, I'm being triggered. And by the way, our candidates are majorly triggering things right now. And then you got people over here saying things about it. And then they're saying things about it. And it's gotten out of control. It's gotten out of control. It is testing the ego. The egos are talking. The egos are talking. You never hear, I always say when I lived overseas, people call us the ugly Americans. Why? I knew why after I was over there for a while. There would be like 10 Americans in the room in a restaurant, peacefully having their dinner. And there'd be one American that starts talking real loud. You call this I remember, this is the actual words. You call this pizza? Back in America, we have great pizza. And I realized people heard that one person. They didn't know that were 10 other Americans respecting the country they were in and behaving with that respect and not having to criticize or be the ugly American. So therefore, it's that one person that calls attention to the bad behavior. The meek shall inherit the earth, because we are the majority. I don't know if you know this, we really are, because you don't hear us. Why? Because we're not having to prove anything. We're living it. We're living it. So you guys, I have been giving you products to detox your house and your body. I have affiliate links down in my description. Yes, I do make money doing that. That's how I make a living, is to improve the world and help you to improve your life. And you can make a living doing that. You can make a living in creating amazing things for other people. So in the old world, we do things that are destructive to earn money, stress out, unhealthy, and then we do charity for free. That's insanity. Digital Explorers, I created a platform where everything we do places ourselves first on a high frequency. What's that lifestyle I want? What do I want to do? What's my purpose? What's the impact I'm going to have on this planet? How do I have to behave to be the change maker? I call my students the change makers. And then we choose how we're going to earn money doing something we love. That passion is a high frequency. We're doing business on that level, planet conscious businesses. And then we earn money doing it. What's that do? It empowers us in a world out there that controls us through the monetary systems. Well, we can participate in that, but we don't have to destroy the planet or ourselves doing it. That's how you make a difference. You start making higher choices. What are you doing in your life right now? Where are you working? How are you working? Are you being respected at work? You don't have to speak up. Just like this whole thing that's going on here with the voting, you don't have to speak up. You just have to say, I have no tolerance for this. And then you seek the higher job, because seek and ye shall find. In other words, you don't do it out of conflict. Or you have to, tell somebody they're wrong. You just say, this is not where I want to be anymore. It's not my frequency. And you tune into something else and it shows up. I teach you guys this. If you're in my free course here, I teach you exactly how to manifest this stuff. You got to tune into that frequency, and you hear it. You hear classical music. It's really that simple. But you're tuned into rock and roll, expecting to hear classical music. It doesn't work that way. You've got to let it go. Let go the conflict. Let go the right and wrong. There is no right and wrong. If you're saying that over there that you despise is wrong, you are calling Source wrong. Source is that. Source is all things. It's knowing itself. It's knowing conflict. It's knowing unconsciousness. we're exploring all of this, and we're coming out. We have the choice to go back into consciousness in this illusion. This is what we call the matrix. It's not a punishment. We're creating it. We are the creators of the very program. We're creating the program. Why? Everyone's a creator. Ye are all gods. These things you shall do and more. Hello, McFly, wake up. You're doing it. I'm waiting for the angels. I ask, and they're saying, well, hello, when you decide to tune in, we're going to be there for you 100%, and we will accelerate what you choose. But you're not choosing that right now. You're choosing, poor little me, they're wrong, the world is wrong, oh, I'm afraid. You're not afraid unless you choose it. Break through the fear. It exists. Fear can work in your favor. Fear can be fun. It's fun to be afraid. I love going through haunted houses, right? It's sort of exciting, isn't it, a little bit? Why do you do certain things? Because there's a little fear involved. But when we take it to the level where it's controlling you, now you're in ego density and you're believing all of it. You have a choice to step out of it. Can you see the other person is not wrong, just making a choice? That is when you go into awakening and you realize, I don't have to judge it, I don't have to like it, and I don't have to hang out with it. No tolerance. I don't tolerate your behavior. I'm not going to engage in it. I'm going to create something here. I'm creating. I have 4 businesses now. I have another one I'm launching, and it's all organic. We're making sustainable things. I'm teaching you how to purchase things that are healthy for you and the planet, that are reused. I just bought a purse from somebody who had a purse. I don't think they've ever used it. And I sold 6 purses to my consignment store here. They love it. They love me. When I walk in with these really beautiful items, I said, I don't need all these. They're beautiful. I'm going to buy this one purse from somebody else pre-owned. We're exchanging. There's plenty of stuff. There's plenty of abundance here. There's abundance. There's no lack. We're exchanging. Do you know how much food gets thrown away? It all could be distributed evenly, but we are creating an imbalance with our me and you're wrong and separate. Walk away, step away from it. It's entertaining. Be careful of that too. I didn't even know about the second attempt. I mean, it's Tuesday right now. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that was going on because I don't watch the news and I'm not watching all the stuff. I get information and that's all I need. I don't need to dig deep or, spend my time watching this. Are you doing it? It's like a car crash, right? Everybody wants to see. Did somebody get hurt or die? It's fascinating, isn't it? That's being human. That's being human. Are you in no tolerance? No tolerance isn't judgment. No tolerance is stepping away in peace. No tolerance is I won't engage in this. No tolerance is the meek are the change makers. This is free. Come on over. Do you want... By the way, here's what we do. You don't have to know what you want to do. The biggest problem we have out there, a challenge I should say, is to find out what I love. People don't even know that. They come over here. We spend the first half of creating your business is to figure out what you want to do. And people still come to me and say, well, I don't know what I'm going to launch. I said, that's what the course is about. We find it first. We create it. And then we build it out and launch it. But we've created, you got to really love what you're doing. Let's find what it is. And you're going to feel so confident. You're going to get in that space. You'll say, this is it. This feels right. I love this. I've always wanted to do this. And I never knew because I never was encouraged to explore that beautiful space where our children should do things they love. And then we show them how to earn a living doing it. Something creative, not like, hey, little Janie or Billy, you can't make money being a cowboy or cowgirl. Go be an attorney or a doctor or whatever else. Oh, okay, well, I really didn't want to do that, but my family is put... Yeah, I was an investment banker. That was probably the last thing I should have been doing. You've fallen into place in your life, right? Sometimes you marry somebody and you're like, how did that happen? It's just an experience. Don't judge it. Just say, I learned from it. But this is awful. You're not understanding. If you're thinking, you're not understanding the value of that experience. It's about the experience and the teaching and the learning and evolving from it, not calling it wrong. There's divine purpose and value in everything. Nothing's wrong. It just is. Don't try and figure it out. This, my book, I go into this. I go into it. Divine purpose, the knowing, the tipping point. We're in it. And we have a choice. Every choice you make in here, if it's separation, you're going over into that dense world that's going to implode on itself. I talked about this. It has no other place to go. Violence and separation and conflict, finger pointing, blame, implodes on itself because there's nothing good about that. There's nothing expansive. And when you start to go out here, the doors open up and you go, wow. I said, you know, if I put you in a box and placed you on the beach out here and you were saying, I desire to be in a beautiful place on the beach. I'm like, you're in it. Open the box. You're in it. Open the box. Oh my gosh, I was here the whole time. And I can't open the box for you. That's why you're here. It's an individual journey, which is illusion because we're not individual, but we get to know what that feels like because we, as one out there, we know that we are one mind, one love, unconditional, one power. And everything's just so easy. Here, we have to work for things. There's beauty in that. Don't miss it out on it. No tolerance, my friend. Do not separate. Do not get sucked into it. You're going to be tested. Are you getting sucked into it? And then you start arguing. I've seen you guys argue on my channel. I didn't delete those. If you're on my channel promoting anything negative or that is in any way, let's just say conspiracy, it's going to disappear. Because that is a dropper of red in the ocean that doesn't seem to show up, but enough red droppers will turn the ocean pink and then red. If you're putting a red dropper in that beautiful ocean, you're tainting the collective, and it will affect us. I won't allow it on my channel. It's no tolerance. You are free to talk all you want. You're free to whatever, okay? But if you are in conflict, I guarantee you, you're going to get some pushback from some people. And those of you who want to do that, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Everyone's allowed their choice. Can you be okay with that? You call it wrong? Then make your higher choice because yours will affect the collective in a very positive way. And they will, at some point, start to make higher choices because you cleaned up the water, right? And they're going to see clearly. Or not. It's not your concern, it's their journey. You ready for this? I told you to buckle up, clean your house, get things ready, because you're going to feel like I'm set, I'm ready for this. I redid my whole living room. I'm so excited. It's so open and clear, and I'm ready for parties and my beautiful friends to come over. I have amazing friends. And they're changing too. I see them changing. It's a new world, my friend, but only if you create it. Now, at the end of my videos, I'm going to try and put some kind of products or some suggestions. Not all, I'm not an affiliate of all of them, but some of them I am. And I'm going to show you products that you can use that will not harm our planet or pollute it, or hopefully not use plastic. Some of these things aren't 100%, but pretty close. I try to choose anything that doesn't have plastic. So at the end of every one of my videos, hang in there because I will show you a product. I think today we have bamboo toilet paper. That's appropriate for this video, don't you think? I'm gonna clean up some things. All right, so are you ready for this? It's gonna accelerate, but it's gonna be, if you choose peace and you don't go into conflict, you're gonna find it entertaining. It's actually gonna be funny. You say, this isn't funny. Yeah, it is. You're eternal. It's just a choice. It's a choice. You don't have to, don't let it trigger you, you know. Well, you can if you want. But basically, everything you do is a choice. You can't be wrong. How you feel is your choice. So if you don't feel good, it's not wrong. But if you want to feel beautiful and, going to unconditional love, I'll guarantee you it's an amazing place that you're going to prefer once you figure out you're done with that. But again, you can't make a mistake. Explore. Do what's in your heart. And just remember, all things are possible. We're going into whatever you choose. It's happening here and now. And it's not happening the same for everyone. Just remember that. It's not like, oh, we are going in or we are not. You can choose it. You can experience it, and you'll see what's going on out there. But you will experience something completely different. You'll feel different, and you'll know that's what I'm here to do. The golden era is mine to choose, and through that choice, I affect the collective. Ooh. Oh, there's a bird. They love me here. I don't know what's the deal. We got doves hatching on my patio. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Stay tuned for the bamboo toilet paper. Namaste. Well, here's my recommendation. We don't think about toilet paper as a big deal, but it is. We're using trees. They come in plastic. And frankly, what it takes to produce it is very bad for our nature. All right, so we have the Better Way bamboo toilet paper. It's a 3-ply, 12 double rolls, okay? It's septic safe, organic, it's plastic free. We also have another one that is the repurposed 100% bamboo toilet paper, tree-free, plastic-free packaging, 12 rolls, 300 per roll. You're going to see the link to go to the bamboo toilet paper choices. These are really good. I mean, they do the job. You know what I'm talking about. But I love that it's plastic-free, tree-free. You can pick whatever suits your needs and know that it's compostable. Also, I just want you to know that you will have a steady supply coming to you if you are part of the Amazon membership. That delivery is free, and so you will constantly have toilet paper coming to your house, and you could just have it delivered, not have to run out and try and buy toilet paper and end up buying the stuff you really shouldn't. That's not good for the environment. So let's do our part. The link is down in the description, and I hope you'll consider using bamboo toilet paper, whether it's from me or just in your grocery store, wherever you can find it.